17 years and about doing this about 11 years in schools. Starting out in the States and moving up north and heading to Newfoundland. And
oh, so you've been all across Canada?
Yes, right across Canada. And if I have friends and they're a teacher and they say, will you come to my school? And of course, I go to their schools. I can't do all schools, but I try to do what I can wherever I am.
What keeps you going?
A message to children, teaching them about self-respect, values, living with love and harmony as the dogs do, teaching them about self-esteem, positive energies, caring and sharing. That's basically our message. And this is what the dogs represent to the children. And that's what we plan to. This is what will be in our books. I have a book, Iceberg Tea, it's in that. There's values in that. Family unity, working together, taking only what you need, not wasting things. So our books, this is the message. And family unity, the bond, teamwork, this sort of thing, this message. There's no violence, there's no profanity in our books. It's all with good reading, good material.
Now, you travel to the Arctic every year.
Usually I travel up for the Arctic Summer Games, and then sometimes I go up for the winter and do the ice roads, because that's when people are home most of the time. Or in the summer they're quite busy preparing for winter to look after themselves. So usually I go up in the wintertime, drive the ice roads, and they're fun besides. And they're a little bit dangerous, and I'm a little bit crazy.
Now, you have an Inuit name. Can you tell us what that is and what it means?
My Inuit name, which was the name of my grandmother, when she went up north as a nurse during the flu epidemic, stayed, married a trapper, built a trading post, and brought supplies from Edmonton all the way down the Athabasca, the Slave, and the Mackenzie River, which was about 2,700 miles. She did this every year, the only woman skipper to do it. Her name and my name, I inherited her name. It was Ood Red Lud Puck. Ood Red Lud Puck, meaning woman who talks much.
So this runs in the family?
Yes, I inherited it gracefully.
So there must be people up there that knew your mother, grandmother, and this must be very special to them.
Yes, when I travel to the Arctic, I always bring a lot of things for them. They love fresh fruit, they love handkerchiefs, the men like tobacco and pipes, and in exchange they make my mucklucks, and so some of my parkas that they're torn, they repair that for me, and we have then I interview them. I want their stories. I've been interviewing them for the last 17 years. In fact, what I've been doing the last 17 years is research, talking to all the old-timers from 90s, the 80s, the 70s, getting their stories of their life in the Arctic. Why did they go there? Where did they come from? What did they achieve? What was their goals? What were their dreams? Their photographs, all this. This is what I've been carrying around with me, and I'm now wanting to settle down and put it into books.
Obviously, your dogs have learned to care and share. I've never seen a group of such disparate breeds who get along so well together. What's your method of teaching dog obedience?
Well, when you live with your animals, as I do, in a motorhome, and you run with them, you eat, play, do schools, and I'm a very harmonious person, so they just, when you train your alpha female, which is the leader, to be a marshmallow, the others pick up on that. She's the leader, and whatever she does, they follow. And if she does everything right, they're going to do it all right. So it's a matter of being at peace with yourself and having inner security and inner happiness. And the dogs pick up on that, and so do people as far as that goes. And then you have inner peace. You have the reason for being on this earth, I think.
Now, you've completing a dozen books that are about these dogs and other dogs?
Mm-hmm. I've just written 12 books, and the cover of each of the book is of the dog, hand-painted. And inside it tells stories of homesteading, it tells stories about fulfilling their dreams. It's a variation of our travels and our experiences, and the dog's experiences with whomever that they're discussing or whoever it's about. And Petro-Canada has said that they have shown some interest, and hopefully if they go on the market at Petro-Canada, what I'm trying to do is to talk Petro-Canada into not only selling, filling up with fuel and selling a book, is to have them sell 2 books, like two for the price of one, so that child, and inside of it there'll be an address of a child in a third world country who will receive that book, and then we can have pen pals throughout from children. That's what I would like to see happen, is to have some constructive something happening that can be of good PR and good, a good value.
So you want your caring and sharing to spread out further?
I want my books to be all over the earth if I possibly can, to all children, because children and animals go hand in hand together. And when the animals show this kind of caring and sharing, I think it's important to the children to know about it.
But now you're starting to think you might like to settle down.
Well, I'm here in Terrace for a while, at least until the bad weather starts, wherever month that might be. And I'm living with my son, who has 6 children, who homeschools, and which I believe in it, because I did some homeschooling when I was living up the Nass Valley with my 7 children. And the children, there's no television, and there's no radio, there's no newspapers, they don't know much about violence. They're a Christian family. So I just feel that I can live with 6 children who live with love and harmony, and I can put that into my books as well, and I can read my books to them and have them tell me what grammar it should be in the books grammar. So this is one of the reasons that I'm with them. Plus, my son wants me to leave a legacy to my children, that they knew their grandmother, and then that the grandmother got to know the children, which I feel we've lost that, and I think that we need to get back to that.
So how long did you live in the Nass with your family?